I'm convinced that at this point in Western society, in Western culture, I am convinced that we are matriarchal society. There's nothing patriarchal about it. And I have a recent video I was watching that I want to share with you guys in just a second. But I was watching something recently, and this guy said one of the most asinine things you could ever think of, especially in this matriarchal, women-driven society. But we live in a society, and I'm sure you guys have already noticed this if you have two eyes and you're not under a rock somewhere. You know, society is trying to vilify you as a man. They vilify you in everything. They vilify you politically. I mean, just look what Michelle Obama just said in her campaign for Kamala Harris. She basically just said, this is her words verbatim, a vote for Trump is a vote against women. So you have a whole party, political party, that is centered around women. And then they wonder why men are running to the red side. It's because of that. How are you going to get people to vote that you don't respect and honor? But anyway, you see it in the political agenda. You see it in the media, movies, television, music, where they vilify men, saying that you're always cheating and you're always committing acts of violence against them. And they're taking a small percentage of men and thrusting it across the whole population of men. Even though every woman has been cheated on, all this other stuff, which means what? They're dating the same men, which means what? The toxic guys that they complain about are having no choice of having sex. But these are the guys that they complain about and they vilify and think that every guy that they meet is the most worst thing. The stupidest shit in the world, right? You go to college, you go to all kinds of stuff, you get indoctrinated with you as a man, you are the enemy, you are the problem. Get out of the way. Let the woman get into power. Just because why? She's a woman. Even though she's not qualified, it's just a DEI initiative. And so you're running into these things, right? As a young man, as a man, period, where everywhere you turn, you get called the villain. You're the enemy. Now, let's get into what I was watching and where I heard one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever seen in a while when it comes to men. And whenever I seen this, I'm like, yep, this is part of the Matrix. And I want you guys to comment below on this. I want you to the comment section being alive and well after I say what the statement was on this particular podcast, right? So after I say it, if you guys pause the video and want to put your comments in immediately, what you guys think about it, be more than welcome, because I'm anxious to see what you guys think about this. So I was watching the Diary of a CEO, which is, it's I think he's a mixed guy or a black guy out in the, I'm sure you guys have watched his content as well or come across his content, but I think he's in the UK. He has an accent. There's a little podcast over there. He has some very informative guests on there. But on this particular video, I clicked on it because the title just seemed so stupid. And then he had a guest on there where this guest was talking about husbands. And I'm like, okay, let me see what he's about to say, because I feel like he's about to say something dumb. And lo and behold, he says something dumb. This is the statement that he said on that particular podcast. He said the most dangerous man a woman will ever encounter is her husband. The most dangerous man a woman will come across in her lifetime is her husband. The level of hate from men is so asinine, so prevalent in today's society. More and more men need to have more of a backbone to come up against this stuff. So you mean to tell me that a woman is going to marry a guy who's dangerous? Your husband is probably the most honest, most respectable man you will probably ever come across, which is one of the reasons why you're marrying him in the first place. And he goes into these statistics where, a woman gets domestically violence, it's usually because of her husband or her boyfriend. I'm like, it's because those women don't have good vetting processes, because if they had proper vetting process for a proper husband, they wouldn't be going through this. They'd have a husband that would be capable of protecting them from the men that do that kind of stuff. But he wants to sit up there on that damn podcast and talk about the most dangerous man a woman will ever meet is her husband. I'm like, are you serious? What about the ex-drug dealer, the scammer guy she was into, her boyfriend? What about her crazy little uncles and they don't like you as a man. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, if there's anything about that statement that's stupid, if anything, it's the other way around. It's the most dangerous man, the most dangerous woman a man will ever meet is his wife, because in today's society, who do you see initiating most of the divorces? Women. Who's initiating the child alienation? The women, the child. I mean, not the child, I'm tripping. The woman is taking the child from the man. She wants full custody, which is child parental alienation. She will do everything she can to get that child away from you. Men are getting locked up for not being able to afford child support in a divorce because she's taking the house, she's taking half of his money, and he has to pay alimony. And then on top of that, he has to pay child support after she's getting all the other money that he's funding. And you guys want to say husbands are the problem? Are you serious? How about the modern woman? How about the modern woman and her philosophies and she taking that same ideology into the communion of marriage, taking her same strong, independent, feministic ideology into the marriage, which is ultimately breaking up the marriage. But they want to sit up here and blame the men for anything when women have just as much accountability in the situation for picking the wrong person or whatever. And so I seen something else crazy this morning, guys. I was watching Anton Daniels, his Millionaire Morning Show. Very informative live stream if you guys want to check that out. He has my stamp of approval, if it means anything to you guys. But he was reading a super chat this morning, and he basically said, the super chat said that this guy is getting a divorce because he's voting for Trump and not Kamala Harris. And she's going to take the kids and everything because he's voting for Trump. And they say men are the enemies. Men are the predators. When you have women making illogical, stupid decisions like this, like divorcing somebody over a political matter, you didn't know he was a Republican before you married him. And even if he was a Republican, you're going to break up a whole marriage with children over a minuscule decision like that? These modern women have lost their minds. They're completely crazy, delusional, stupid, all of the above. And they wonder why they're single. It's because of your mindset. And you've been fooled by the higher elites into believing this stuff. And so in essence, guys, the West is completely matriarchal at this point. There's nothing patriarchal about it. It's in your sports now. You can't get away from it. So that's what you're dealing with right now, guys. And I just wanted to give you your daily dose of reality as a man when you're dealing with relationships and women. Because, I mean, if you don't watch channels like me, you will be in the matrix immediately. You'll be back in the matrix immediately because you see it and hear it from all angles. So that's this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share the video, like the video. You guys have a good day, good week, and I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.